What's up, everybody? I'm Kevin, and this is Haunted by Horror, a YouTube channel dedicated to all things horror. Today I'm going to be talking about the second episode of the Chucky television series and just giving my opinions on the show so far. Now, first off, I'd like to say I liked this episode more than the first one, but I do understand the first episode had a lot of heavy lifting to do. Um, it was introducing us to our surroundings, to the characters that are going to be a part of the show, and just doing some basic world building. Um, One of the reasons that I like this episode more than the first one is because in the first episode, you don't get a whole lot of Chucky. He's in there a little bit, but he really comes out in this one. There's a lot more Chucky in this episode. And that's why people watch the show Chucky, to see Chucky. Yeah, the fact that there's a killer doll running around and they're using practical effects is awesome. Now, the main protagonist, Jake, in this episode, he's he's grieving over the loss of his dad and keeping this secret because he knows about Chucky but nobody else does. And for the most part, people are being nicer to him, um, both because of what happened with Chucky at the talent show and people being impressed with that, and also just the fact that his dad died. Now, we do get one kill in this episode, and that seems to be about the pace. There seems to be about one kill per episode, at least until towards the end. They might up it a little bit towards the end, but for right now, it seems steady, one kill per episode. Um, this kill was a lot better than the one in the first episode, in my opinion. Now, some people may think the electrocuting with the smoke and Chucky throwing up on his feet was awesome, but it's not my thing. The dishwasher with the knives sticking up, yeah. And of course, after that happens, Jake assumes Chucky did it because he's a serial killer. And Chucky tries to outright deny it, says, must have been an accident.
It wasn't me. Accidents happen, Jake. More often than murder, and way more often than murders committed by supernaturally possessed dolls. That's just basic math.
But how common are accidents in a house that has a possessed serial killer doll? You know, it's not very likely. Most likely, it's the serial killer doll. Now, a lot of the plot of this episode revolves around this party that they all go to. And I have some issues with the party itself that I just want to bring up real quick because they're in 8th grade. They're 13 and 14 years old, and they're going to a party with alcohol and no chaperone, and all of their parents are totally fine with this. What the fuck? It's just a bit ridiculous to me. Now, moving past that, Chucky gets to the party. He plays some video games with Lexi's sister. He gets into the room where Lexi is with her boyfriend and gets under the bed, and he's trying to stab her, and they keep rolling, and he keeps missing her, and sit up, and it's kind of a funny scene, but I think it's really indicative of how the rest of the series is going to play out. No matter how shitty a person is, which in this episode it's on full display, the scene where she reveals her costume and she's Jake's dad. She's a fucking horrible person, despite the fact that they attempt to humanize her a little bit, both with the scene where her parents say something harsh to her and it hurts her feelings, and then also while she's in the middle of acting out Jake's dad's death, she gives him a little look like, oh, maybe I went too far. No shit. But then she continues on, and fuck her. But the thing is, Chucky's not going to kill Lexi. For one thing, she's a kid. And Chucky chases kids and tries to kill them, but he's never actually killed a kid in any of these movies. Never. Not once. So this would be the first time that he's killed a kid. What I think is a more likely scenario to play out is that Chucky will convince Jake that she's a shit person, and he'll try to get Jake to kill her. It might even get to the point where he's like standing over her holding a knife. But at that point, I see him, being like, no, this isn't going to happen, and like stabbing Chucky or something like that. And then maybe her little sister grabs the knife and stabs her. I mean, that's not really what I think is going to happen, but I think it'll play out where he tries to get Jake to kill Lexi, and Jake will really struggle with it and end up, of course, not doing it. And that'll be kind of the turning point where Chucky starts to go after Jake. So we've had 2 episodes. We have yet to see Andy. We had a phone call from him in the first episode, but we have yet to see him, and we know he's coming. We have yet to see Kyle. We know she's coming. We have yet to see Jennifer Tilly. We definitely know she's coming. And we have yet to see Nika. And we know all of these people are coming. But it'll be really interesting to see how they're introduced and how they come into this world of the Chucky television series. Like I said, I thought this episode was a lot better than the last one. We got to see Chucky more, and the kill was better, and those are the main 2 things. Those are the main things. Anyway, I hope you have a good day. Bye.
Subscribe, damn it. I'll be back. I always come back, and so should you, you moron.